A teenager once stayed awake for 11 days straight. By day 4, he was talking to a street sign like a person, but brain scans looked completely normal. So what actually breaks first? That was San Diego, 1964, and scientists still study this case today. This matters because every night your brain runs a cleaning crew. Skip one night and it falls behind. Skip enough and your hormones flip, your immunity drops, and your mind invents things. Today we go hour by hour, and the first 24 hours are darker than you think. Here is what most people miss. You do not need days without sleep to suffer real damage. One single night awake is enough. For the first several hours, nothing dramatic seems to happen. But a chemical called adenosine, your brain's tired signal, steadily builds up. Think of it like sand slowly filling an hourglass. The longer you stay awake, the heavier your brain becomes. By the 24-hour mark, studies show something shocking. Your reaction time and judgment drop to match a blood alcohol level of 0.10%. That is higher than the legal driving limit in most U.S. states. You have not touched a single drink, yet your brain is functionally drunk. Brain scans reveal that glucose metabolism crashes in the prefrontal cortex, the exact region controlling focus, impulse control, and decision-making. So you are not just tired, your judgment center is literally running on fumes. And the most dangerous part? Your impaired brain feels completely convinced that you are managing just fine. By day 2, your body stops asking politely. Cortisol, your main stress hormone, begins spiking at all the wrong times because your internal clock has completely lost its natural rhythm. Headaches, severe dizziness, and muscle weakness quickly set in. Your pain threshold actually drops, meaning everyday sensations start to hurt far more than they should. Have you ever felt that strange, freezing chill after staying up all night? That is your immune system starting to give up. Key defender cells that fight off viruses and abnormal cells become drastically less active. You are left completely vulnerable to getting sick, right when you are least able to recover, 48 hours in. And right around this mark, something remarkable and involuntary kicks in. Microsleeps. Brief, unexpected blackouts where parts of your brain literally switch off. It is not a choice. Your brain is forcing the issue because it has absolutely no other options left. Here is the exact fact that changes how you think about all of this. In 2012, a researcher named Macon Niedergard at the University of Rochester discovered something hiding in plain sight. Your brain has its own private plumbing system. They named it the Glymphatic system. Here is how it works. Unlike the rest of your body, your brain does not have regular drainage vessels. Instead, during deep sleep, your brain cells physically shrink, opening up spaces between them by around 60%. Fluid floods through those open gaps like a nightly power wash, flushing out metabolic waste, including the exact toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. But here is the catch. This system barely works while you are awake. Staying awake keeps a stress chemical called norepinephrine elevated, and that keeps those cleaning channels squeezed tightly shut. Early research shows that even a single lost night can cause a measurable buildup of waste proteins in the brain. So that brain fog and irritability, that is not just being tired. That is your brain running with absolutely no trash pickup. And the longer you stay awake, the more it piles up. Around the 3-day mark, severe sleep deprivation turns into something resembling acute psychosis. Thoughts
fragment, and sentences trail off completely unfinished. Hallucinations begin. People start seeing things that are not there. Randy Gardner mistook a street sign for a human being. In 1959,
radio DJ Peter Tripp stayed awake inside a glass broadcast booth. Near the end, he became convinced an examining doctor was an undertaker, and he ran out screaming. Yet strangely, Gardner could still beat a Stanford sleep researcher at pinball on day 10. It looked like clear proof his brain was coping just fine. It was not. Simple hand-eye coordination was kept alive by pure adrenaline, while the regions of his brain handling memory and planning were quietly collapsing. Hours after that pinball game, he could not perform simple subtraction. Gardner eventually slept 14 hours straight, but struggled with chronic insomnia for years afterward. Pushing past the human limit altered his sleep forever.
So what actually happens if this never stops? Can a human body simply die from zero rest? We cannot ethically test total sleep deprivation in humans, but scientists studied this in rats using the disk over water method. Rats kept awake long term, did not just get tired. Their core body temperature collapsed, and despite eating far more food than normal, they rapidly wasted away. Within 2 to 3 weeks, without a single exception, every single rat died. For years, scientists assumed bacterial infection killed them because sleeplessness destroys immune function. So researchers gave rats powerful antibiotics from day 1 to completely prevent any infection. It changed nothing. The rats still died on the exact same timeline from total metabolic breakdown. Their core internal regulatory systems simply failed under the immense strain of zero sleep. There is one extremely rare human condition that mirrors this: fatal familial insomnia, a genetic disorder that slowly destroys the thalamus. It is the closest real-world window we have into permanent sleep loss.
None of us will stay awake for 11 days. None of us will develop fatal familial insomnia. So why does any of this matter for a normal Tuesday night? Because every single one of these systems runs on the exact same nightly schedule. The glymphatic wash, the hormone reset, and the immune tune-up. Cutting your sleep short is not a harmless version of missing sleep. It is the exact same curve, and cutting sleep simply puts you a few steps further onto that timeline. To be clear, one rough night will not give you Alzheimer's. But if your sleep is affecting your day-to-day life, that is genuinely worth a conversation with a doctor. If your brain runs a complex nightly cleaning crew like this, here is the obvious next question. What actually happens inside your body during a full, healthy night of sleep, stage by stage? That is exactly what we are breaking down in our next video. If you love deep dive scientific explainers like this, hit the subscribe button right now, and I will see you in the next one.